Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. God.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike, you can see that's where the games play. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, no it don't get broken. Legalize, mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in the show called TheMan-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85-inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Remain calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along. The show's on, the host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with the voice, you know who it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Production. What that mean, we about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.God. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Salute Knicks Nation. What's good? Salute Knicks family. And you're tuning to another episode of the Man-Cave podcast on this nice, great Saturday morning here down in the A, man. Weather's nice outside, things like that. But if this is your first time to my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button and also share it also. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about Leon Rose in the front office. Do they deserve their flowers? And also Jalen Brunson's MVP campaign season. But yeah, as far as the Leon Rose in the front office and their flowers and Tom Thibodeau, you know, go as coach as well. Yeah, my answer to that is yes. Yes and yes. You know what I'm saying? As this front office, you know, Leon Rose took over the front office March 2nd, 2020. You know, and since then, you know, they made it to the playoff 2 times and also have a playoff. They won a playoff series. And yeah, man. So like I said, if you look at the body of work, what they've done in within a short time, within a 4-year period, man, going on the 4th season, they've done a lot, you know what I'm saying, compared to like the previous regimes and things like that. Before then, within the last 20 years, the Knicks only went to the playoff like 1 time in 20 years. And everybody know, man, our record and everything has just been so horrible, man. You know, no playoff appearances. We were the constant laughing stock of the league and things like that. Couldn't get right. You know what I'm saying? Chasing stars, you know, that was never coming to New York, you know, and always being, you know, left at the altar, man. You know, after a while, it's just like, you know, after a while, you just got to like, you know, roll up your sleeves and go to work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? New York was not a destination for a lot of athletes when they were becoming free agents. Nobody wanted to come here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and that's a tribute to the losing, also the ownership and things like that and how we were run. But now, you know, with these guys in the office now, you know, they have turned the Knicks into like a possible destination, you know what I'm saying? A respected organization with no more laughing stock of the league no more, you know what I'm saying? And we might not have the quote unquote superstars, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, players like that, you know, but the players that we got, the team that we got is a complete team. And that's all you can ask for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people go star chasing and sometimes it doesn't always work out, you know, because, you know, you get stars and stuff like that. And, you know, you paying all this money and they're not really producing and then you're not getting the results, you know what I'm saying? So what happens? They fall short because of, you know, no depth, lack of, you know, secondary playmakers, scorers, things like that. But when you have a complete team and depth, you're going to wear down a lot of teams because of your first unit, your second unit, and things like that coming at you in waves. You know what I'm saying? And right now, the way the Knicks are built, man, I love how the Knicks are built right now as far as like the players that we got, the depth that we have. But the most importantly is the assets that we have. We still have all our first round picks. We still have cash to spend at some point, you know, either next season in the off season or next year, because you look at a lot of our contracts with a lot of our players and they are like friendly contracts, you know what I'm saying, compared to the rest of the league. You know, while guys are getting max contracts like $250 million, $300 million, $180, $90 million, a lot of the Knicks contracts are like $125 million, you know, with Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, $174 million. Mitchell Robinson, $60 million. So yeah, man, we got money, man. Like I said, and the team that we got, OG Anunoby, he's coming up for a contract too, like that, and things like that. So yeah, but for the way you look at it, within the last 4 years, what this front office has done. Well, first of all, let me say this: I wasn't a believer really in this front office at the very beginning because, like I said, they were brought in here to attract stars and make the Knicks a hotbed. You know what I'm saying? Leon Rose was a sports agent, so I'm thinking like, oh, he's gonna get most of some of the top players to come here to New York finally, and that hasn't happened. But if you really look at it, I mean, a lot of the guys that you want or you don't want is like, what are they doing on their teams? You know what I'm saying? So for us, it worked out for us greatly because we got a collection of players, and then we was able to get like one key free agent signing, which was Jalen Brunson, which has been a huge signing for us, you know what I'm saying, and change our trajectory as far as like the type of team we have, how far we can go, and things like that. So within the 4 years, they hired Tom Thibodeau as coach. And Tom Thibodeau's record as a coach for the Knicks is 168 and 139, which is a winning record, which is all you can ask for. That means you're winning games, you're developing a culture of winning and things like that, and stability. The main important thing is stability, respect, culture, and things like that. And the Knicks are no longer a laughing stock. So, like I said, in that essence, is like with Leon Rose, what they have done so far. They have flipped some of their young assets without giving up like first-round picks. They flip Obi Toppin for like 2 second-round picks. They flip R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel quickly, for OG Anunoby, Precious Achua, Malachi Flynn. That has worked out. And then they also flipped Quentin Grimes and Evan Fournier for Bojan Bogdanovic and also Alex Burke. So they, I think they're trying to get some like veteran leadership and also depth piece off the bench that can help us for the playoff run, because in the playoff, you're going to need a lot of depth. You're going to need some scoring. You're going to need all your big guys to really step up there and perform, So, like I said, in the short time that they've been here, yeah, we haven't acquired this mega star, but hey, that might be coming down the road. But as currently constructed, what we're doing, to me, is fine, is great. We're winning games. We're in games. We're being competitive. That's the most important thing, is being competitive. One of the worst things you can have is going into a game every day and be like, man, we don't have a shot, or man, we're going to get blown out, or how many points we're going to lose by, or are we even going to win the game? Is like, we don't have that feeling no more as the Knicks fans now. When we go into games, we have the utmost confidence that we're going to win this game, regardless of who it is and regardless of who we're playing. That's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we go on the floor, now we have probably the first best or the second best player on the floor now. In the past, that wasn't always the case. We go into a game and we didn't even have the second or third best player on the floor in games. Now that's all changed with Jalen Brunson. You got Randall, too, when he's healthy and stuff like that. And, you got OG Anunoby, healthy. And like I said, the only thing that's going to derail this next season right now is injuries and health. We have to be healthy. If we are healthy, we are going to be a problem, and we are a legitimate NBA contender with a healthy team. Like I said, we may not have that super cachet of stars right now, but like I said, we don't need that right now. What we need is guys performing, guys playing, and guys being healthy. Because if we're healthy, a lot of teams do not want to see us in a playoff series at full strength. A lot of NBA teams, Eastern Conference teams, do not want to see the New York Knicks at full strength. Let me repeat that. They do not want to see us at full strength, okay? Because in a full strength series, like I said, we're not afraid of Boston. We're not afraid of Milwaukee. We're not afraid of Philadelphia. Not afraid of Cleveland. Not afraid of Miami, and so on and so on. Orlando, we have problems with Orlando this year, but like I said, with a full healthy squad, I'm not worried about them either. And if we do see them, we'll see them in the first round of the playoff series if the current standings hold, because right now we're the 4th seed and they are the 5th seed. So we will see them in the playoff. And if that holds, like I said, I have no problem with that. Like I said, if we're healthy, I feel good about our chances. But to the point with the Leon Rose in the front office, like I said, the way they've constructed this team, they haven't been star chasing and things like that, haven't handed out ridiculous contracts and haven't traded away, like draft assets to get over the hill or overran players, at the end of their careers, like past Knicks regime. So this regime right now, they have been doing a lot of great work, being very precise, being very, how can I say, patient is the most important word, being patient and not getting fleeced in trades, so that's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you really look at it, like I said, we haven't star chased. We haven't done none of that, which is great, you know. So, and we got all our assets. So in case if we got to make a big trade, like in the off season next year, we'll be ready, you know what I'm saying? But right now, the way the team is currently constructed, it's good the way it is. All we got to do is just get healthy and stuff like that. But like I said, some Leon Rose, he took over March 2nd, 2020. And like I said, in about going on this fourth season, the Knicks have won two playoff. They went to the playoffs twice. They won a playoff series. So, that's a great record. That's a great way to start your culture, to build the winning tradition and things like that. That's what you have to do, So right now we're at we're in the fourth seed right now, but with 9 games left to go, anything could happen. So we can either go up to the third or the second, depending on what happens, So all it is, like I said, is just health. We get healthy, I know we can get up there to third seed, at least third or the second seed. It's only 9 games left. But like I said, in the playoff, with a healthy team, nobody wants to see us. And I'm telling you right now, Milwaukee don't want to see us. Philadelphia don't want to see us. Boston don't want to see us, in case people saying, well, Boston, we haven't played good against Boston. Yeah, we haven't had a full healthy squad against Boston, too, to really see what we can do with Boston, So, but that'll come in time. If we get real healthy and stuff like that, we get in the playoff. That's all we need to do, get in there and see what we can do. But like I said, going forward, this is a great recipe for what's going on. Like I said, the only thing that's going to derail us is health. We need these guys healthy. But like I said, in his 4 years, Leon Rose in the front office in their 4 years, what they've done is, like I said, they flip young players for, to upgrade the roster, things like that. But the main important thing is we still keep our flexibility as far as trading. We still got all our first round picks, saying, plus we got money, plus we got trade exceptions too that we can use too in some instances and stuff like that. So those might be all things coming in the off season and things like that. But for the main point, like I said, right now we're in the playoff spot right now. So we'll be headed to another playoff. Only thing we're going to see is where we're going to end up, where we're going to land at. If they're going to be the 4th or the 3rd seed, because if it's the 4th seed, we're going to play Orlando. If it's the 3rd seed, we might end up playing Indiana or somebody like that. But who knows what's going to happen. But right now, like I said, with Leon Rose in them, like I said, they've done a great job so far. I have to give them their flowers because I was one of the harshest critics of Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau and things like that. Like, say these guys, like I said, the front office, they were frauds. They, saying they're not going to do what they're going to do. They can't get these star players here and stuff like that. But like I said, for the most part, it's worked out. We haven't really needed star players. I mean, are we going to get one? I mean, down the road? I mean, yeah, we could. But, I mean, we got one right now. We got Jalen Brunson right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. Julius Randle's an all-star too. So, like I said, the way we're currently constructed, we're good right now and things like that. And like I said, for the most important thing for this front office, like I said, they have been mostly patient. They haven't given out ludicrous, absurd contracts or things like that. They haven't done things like that. And they haven't killed our salary cap and things like that, like the past regime was doing, just giving away contracts, trading young players and getting back like has-beens or people on their way out to retire and things like that, and just star chasing and things like that. Whereas this regime has been totally the opposite. Yeah, they see some stars and stuff like that. They're involved in some trades, but if the trade is too, how can I say, like the Donovan Mitchell trade with Utah, wanted like a king's ransom for Donovan Mitchell, where the Knicks was like, at first, they was offering some players and some draft picks, but after a while, you think about it, it's like, nah, man, these guys are they trying to fleece the Knicks. They trying to over inflate this trade, you know what I'm saying? So the Knicks would just stay patient and they end up trading him to Cleveland anyway, which, you know what I'm saying, Cleveland gave up some assets and things like that. But for the most part, what the Knicks do, they stay patient. And look, they end up playing Donovan Mitchell last year in the playoffs against the Cavs. And what they do, they end up eliminating him and the Cavs anyway. So all in all, me personally, with the Donovan Mitchell trade, I like Donovan Mitchell. I would like Donovan Mitchell here, but I wasn't going to give up all that just to get him, you know what I'm saying? And who knows, maybe in the offseason or, next year they could come back to it again, but who knows? But for right now, we're good the way we're currently constructed. Our whole thing is just to get healthy and to get get our guys back, so we could cause some noise. But like I said, with the front office, like I said, they had the right hire. They hired Tom Thibodeau. That's their guy. That's their coach. You know what I'm saying? So far, it has worked out. Yeah, we might have some wrinkles with Tom Thibodeau here and there, as far as like, overplaying players, playing them too many minutes, especially in blowout wins and things like that, causing injuries and stuff like that, and shortening the rotations and things like that. But, for the most part, they're on the right course. Like I said, this season we have a chance to win, first time to win 50 games in a season since I think the 2013 season with Melo and stuff like that. So we're about 6 wins from that. Right now we're 44-29 with 9 games left to go. So that means we'll have to go 6-3, and those games are 7 and something just to get to the 50 mark plateau. And like I said, that'll be the most wins in the Knicks season since the 2013-2014 season with Carmelo Anthony. So that'll be another great accomplishment and things like that to get 50 wins on a season. And also to get the third, if we get that 3rd seed or the 2nd seed, depending on the higher seed you go, the better it is. Right now we are in the 4th seed, but we can get up to the 3rd and the 2nd, depending on, these games, how these next 9 games shake out, how healthy we get, and things like that. Because when we were healthy, I mean, we were there, with OG Anunoby when he first came. The Knicks won like, I think 14 of their first 16 games with him in the lineup. And, when he's in the lineup, the Knicks have a better chance of winning a game, because of the defensive intensity and things like that, and the matchups and stuff like that, to slow down some players on the other team, like at the wing position. But like I said, for the most part, like I said, Leon Rose and the front office, yeah, like I said, at first I was hard on them, but like I said, since then, we've changed course. I've changed course as far as these guys. Like I said, they're doing the job, So I'm not going to complain about them. Like I said, the Knicks are a respectable franchise now. Like I said, we're heading in the right direction. We play hard. That's all you can ask for. These guys play hard, bring it every night, be in games, being competitive, and things like that. So that's great, man. Like I said, and they only been here 4 years. So yeah, I know extensions. People say give them the extension. Yeah, you can extend them, man. I'll be all in there if you extend Leon Rose in the front office. And also Tom Thibodeau's contract is coming up. So I know some people like with Tiz, like we have to wait and see, but it's like, hey man, just get the man his money. If it's another 3-year deal, 4-year deal, it is what it is. Just keep it going, see what happens and stuff like that. Because like I said, right now we're going good. So there's nothing you could really complain about, due to all the things that's happened this season with the Knicks, with the injuries, and how they try to make do with what they have, what I'm saying? So, you got to give them a little leeway here and there, what I'm saying, due to the injuries and stuff like that. We have still in the 4th spot right now because with all the injuries we had, we could have been out of the playoffs. We could have been one of those teams like in the 10th spot, 11th spot in the play-in, or just totally out of the playoffs with all the injuries. We could have just been done for the season. But these guys haven't given up. They haven't quit, which is a great thing. They haven't lost the locker room. They haven't lost the team, as a coach. So, you got to give them kudos and props for that. You kept these guys in line, and these guys have, raised their game too and raised their play. You look at like Deuce McBride, Deuce, since all the trades have happened, he's been the one who's benefited, coming off the bench, and now he starts, due to some injuries, and he has made the most of his time, what I'm saying? So, and I mean, so as far as a 3-point shooter, a scorer, he's somebody you can rely on, when he shoots. I'm like, you don't be like, oh man, don't take that shot. Like when douches are pulling up, I'll be like, okay, let's see it. And for the most part, he's been making shots. He's been scoring points. He's been playing his great defense like he always do, helping the team and things like that. So you can see the confidence growing in him. And that's what you need, especially around this time with all these guys playing, more minutes than they normally play. That's a great thing, because it only helps in the playoff. When that time comes in the playoff, when the pressure situation happens, you got guys who you can count on, who can step up and things like that. So I'm all for it, man. It's like the injuries have been a blessing in disguise because now you see more guys, stepping up and, helping out the team. Because like I said, when the playoff comes, when we go up against some top teams, we're going to have guys who are like, they've been there before, what I'm saying? So they're going to be ready to contribute. You expect them to contribute and things like that. You expect them to step up, and that's what they're going to do, And when we get Julius back, if we get him back, depending on what happens, how it goes, if they evaluate and stuff like that, that'll be a big for us, So we'll have to wait and see on that. Like I said, 9 games left in the season. The playoff is coming. We'll know if we have Julius back. If not, we just have to go go forward with what we got. You know what I'm saying? But these guys that we got, like I said, they keep playing this way and stepping up. Yeah, you play like Boston and things like that. You're gonna need all your top guns, but at the same time, you got depth. And when you got depth, you got guys who's performing, that could erase all that. So, it just depends on who's going to take the most of the opportunity when the opportunity arises and come up. So I'm good with that, man. Like I said, the front office, yeah, Leon Rose in the front office, yeah, they do deserve their flowers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they they muddy the waters, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. They rode the wave and things like that with all the injuries and everything that's happened. It's like they was able to stay afloat, keep this team going, you know what I'm saying? Don't lose the locker room. And if there was a locker room malcontent or disconnect, they got rid of it, you know what I'm saying? So now it's like everybody know their roles. People know what they got to do. People know what they got to step up and things like that. So, yeah, man, I would say that, you know what I'm saying? So Leon Rose, extend that, man. Leon Rose, keep it going. Tom Thibodeau, keep it going as well, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you can't change course with the coach and stuff like that. This is the front office. This is the guy they brought in. This is their guy. So, hey, keep riding with him. Like I said, the only complaint you got with Tom Thibodeau is just like the minutes and things like that in the playing time. But other than that, everything has been going good, you know what I'm saying? But the playoff will be a different story because we'll see if the Knicks will be stagnant on offense in the playoff like they have been in the past. But for right now, everything looks good. Like I said, the guys are stepping up and, that's what you can ask for, man. So, yeah, like I said, as far as the Leon Rose in the front office, yeah, I would extend them, you know what I'm saying? Tom Thibodeau, extend them and stuff like that and keep it going and stuff like that. Like I said, what they've done in the 4 years, going on 4 years in a short time has been nothing but, great compared to the other 20 years that we had as Knicks fans, watching the constant revolving doors, laughing stock, things like that, So, yeah, man, 4 years, like I said, Tom Thibodeau as a coach, as a Knicks coach, 168 and 139, so winning record and things like that. And like I said, this will be our first 50-win season if we win like 6 or 7 more games. Yeah, first 50-win season since the 2013 season. So, yeah, man, those are all accomplishments that these guys are doing, and especially with what's going on this season. So, you got to tip your hat off to them guys, man. Them guys has been battling. They've been battling in games against, undermanned, depleted, and we still been battling teams and taking it to teams and stuff like that. And like I said, when you watch the Knicks play, every game the Knicks go into, like I go into every game with the Knicks, and I'm confident the Knicks is going to win that game, or the Knicks is going to be in this game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no problem with that. Like I said, that's the one thing about this Knicks team that everybody's starting to like is the way they grit, the way they come back. I mean, they could be down, but they'll still make plays and things like that to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So that's all you can ask for. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, like I said, you got young guys coming off the bench, stepping up, when their numbers is called, like I said, Deuce, Jericho Sims, when he come in there, is rebounding, blocking some shots, making an impact. And that's all you can ask for, man. Like I said, this is going to help us, especially for this playoff run coming, because we're going to be in the playoff. Like I said, the only thing is going to be like what seed are we going to be. Right now, we're in the 4th spot, like I said, with 9 games left to go. But, hey, we could be in the 3rd spot or the 2nd spot, depending on what happens. And depending on who we play, like I said, if we healthy, we fully healthy, I don't care who we play. I ain't afraid of nobody. You know what I'm saying? We'll take it to them. You know what I'm saying? Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Miami, whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? We'll take it to them. Not afraid of those guys and things like that. As far as Tom Thibodeau, yeah, he's coming up on the end of his contract and stuff like that. But like I said, this is the regime that brought him in, so they're going to keep it going. Like I said, so more than likely they're going to extend him in the off season and things like that, and which they should. Just keep it going, keep the continuity going with the front office and the coach. That's their guy. They have a plan. We as Knicks fans, only thing we could do is just, go along with what's going on, see how they're doing it. And like I said, for the most part, it's good. So, hey, we're going to ride with it. But if it was the opposite, where, guys wasn't like, he had lost the locker room and things like that, and the Knicks weren't being competitive, yeah, I could see them firing him as coach. But like I said, with all the adversity that the Knicks been through this season, man, hey, man, this guy's done a wonderful job this season keeping it together, the lineups and things like that, for the different lineups, and see what works and what don't work and things like that. It's hard to juggle a lineup when you got a lot of injuries and you got, key guys out and things like that. Like, even like now, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as adjustments, like, I see a little bit of different adjustments, like with Tibbs. It's like, I mean, there's times where you got like 4 guards in the lineup with 1 center and stuff like that. 4 guards. It's like a 4-guard lineup. So he's not afraid to go small ball or things like that to push up the pace, pick up the pace, things like that, get some more scoring, get some more penetration and stuff like that. So, we might be undersized, but we got a lot of guys who play with a lot of heart. So, you know, that's another thing. And then you look at some of the guys who's like step up this season. You look at Josh Hart, I Hart. What I'm saying? Those guys have really like elevated their play. I Hart. Man in the middle. With the anchor being in the middle, rebounding, shot blocking, scoring, whatever we need, things like that. For the most part, and being able to stay healthy while Mitchell Robinson's been out. Now Mitchell Robinson is back now, so that'll help us even more. And then Josh Hart, for the most part, this season, like I said, he's been rebounding a lot, man. He's been a rebounding machine, at the guard spot. What I'm saying? He's getting like 12, 16 rebounds, 15 rebounds a game here and there, which is something that we need, because rebounding is part of defense. The more rebounds you get, the less the other team has for a second chance opportunity, and you can start your fast break and you limit the other team from scoring. So that's been, like I said, big improvement. Like I said, we'll see how we go in the playoff. You'll see what the rotation is going to be, if it's going to be a 9-man rotation or a 10-man rotation. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, for the most part, the Knicks have depth. Their only issue going into the playoff is health. If we can get healthy and get everybody back and ready for the playoff, like I said, we will be a problem in the playoffs. We're going to be a problem in the playoffs for anybody we play. And like I said, even right now, I mean, we're not healthy, but like I said, we're one of the teams that we are competitive. We can beat anybody on any given night. And then you look at even like last night's game against the Spurs, that game was a winnable game that the Knicks was, falling behind by 21 points in that game. They came back, took the lead, but it was a game they kept battling. But it was one of those games where the Spurs was just hot, and Wemby was hot, Vasil was hot, things like that is going to happen where, the other team just have a more of a will, what I'm saying? Because, that was their, NBA playoff or NBA championship for the Spurs last night against the Knicks. It was a great game. The Knicks lost that game 130 to 126, what I'm saying? But so far, like I said, the Knicks have won 8 of their past 11 games. So, that was a loss. Like I said, I didn't see that loss coming, but, these things happen. But like I said, the important thing out of that game that came out of that game for me was that we didn't quit. We didn't give up when we was down 21 points. We could have easily folded and just pack it in, but, we came back. We came all the way back from 21 points. We made it a competitive game. It was a great game. I watched the game. It was a great game. It was a fun game and things like that. Everybody was hitting shots. The only thing was just some stops. We didn't get some key stops and things like that. And then also, there was plays in the game where, like I said, there should have been some foul call, but, that's a homerism for total Knicks fans and, Spurs fans too and stuff like that. But for the most part, it was an entertaining game, like I said. And, Brunson had his electric, what I'm saying, one of the most electric game. I know he took 45 or 46 shots, but hey, he put up 61 points, man. He had another Herculean effort, what I'm saying, in that game. 61 points, tried to carry the Knicks on his back and stuff like that. Almost pulled it out. We almost won, and things like that. And that's going to lead into another conversation with the whole Jalen Brunson MVP campaign. Coming into the season, the MVP race has only been like, Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, Curry, Durant, things like that. But this season, I have to say, and I know a lot of people ain't been saying, but Jalen Brunson should be considered up there for the MVP. He's one of the top 3 players at the MVP and MVP race, with I think it's only Giannis and Jokic, but them guys, their season hasn't been all like, what I'm saying? They haven't had a lot of adversities in their season, which I think that Brunson has. So to me, like I said, Brunson to me is like the MVP candidate. Like I said, for what he's done with the Knicks, he's played 68 games out of 73. So he's only missed like 5 games, about 5 or 6 games he's only missed, and, all the injuries the Knicks have had, the turmoil, like the trades and things like that. And he's still able to keep the team together, got them in the 4th spot going into the 3rd spot, you know what I'm saying? And averaging 28 points a game, about 6 assists a game and things like that. But there's been stretches in the season where he's averaged like about 40 points, during the stretch, especially in that the last the last West Coast trip with the Kings. Is that the Kings game, Warriors, Blazers, and the Nuggets? He had like 40 points, like 2 40-point games during that stretch. and then yesterday with the 61-point performance last night. So that puts him in the MVP conversation for me. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people might say like, I don't know. It's like, let me tell you something. He has elevated himself into the MVP conversation. This whole season has been an MVP campaign for Jalen Brunson. I mean, if you're a hater, what do you call it? Like, yo, you can hate all you want. You know, I know the thing with Candace Parker, Becky Hammonds, and stuff like that. That dude's a number one. You know what I'm saying? He's a number one. You know what I'm saying? At the point guard position. I mean, he put the Knicks on his back. He's the face of the franchise now. You know what I'm saying? And anybody want to like dispute it or disagree, you can't just disagree with it. I mean, as he goes, the Knicks goes. You know what I'm saying? If Brunson is on the court, we have a good chance of winning that game, and we have a good chance of being in that game. You know what I'm saying? That's what an MVP candidate do. He puts his team on his back, and he's a difference maker on the team. And you have to start putting some respect on that man's name. You know what I'm saying? To me, he should be on the Olympic team, things like that. MVP conversation. I want to see how this MVP conversation going to unfold, because if he loses, I mean, he shouldn't lose by that much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know it's going to be Giannis. It's going to be the Joker and things like that. They're phenomenal on talent too. But like I said, for what he's had to go through for this season with the Knicks and everything, he should definitely be in the MVP conversation. He is an MVP candidate to me and stuff like that. And as Knicks fans, you got to be happy. You got to tip your cap. We finally got an MVP type player on our team. You know, we haven't had one in a long time. There's been an MVP conversation and things like that. And you can see what he's done as putting the Knicks on his back. Yeah, he's got some help this season from Dante DiVincenzo, you know, Josh Hart, I Hart, you know, all guys who Deuce McBride, all guys who have stepped up during this injury-plagued season, you know. So, yeah, like I said, he's definitely an MVP candidate. Like I said, he should be in the MVP, and I know he's in the MVP race. Like I said, I want to see how the final number's going to be and the vote's going to be, because, like I said, he shouldn't lose by that much. He should be right up there. You know, he's not one of those guys who's going to be like a fifth or sixth candidate for MVP. Nah, to me, he's like a top three right there. He needs to be up there with Giannis and Joker right now. Embiid has been out too much of the season to be in the MVP conversation. Who's the other guy? Kevin Durant and Phoenix. Don't know what they're doing out there, you know. Oh, and I forgot about Boston and Jason Tatum. So Jason Tatum, yeah, would be like the top three up there with Brunson, somewhat top four, because Jason Tatum and the Celtics are like the top team. Him and Jalen Brown with KP out there. So yeah, so basically he got Jason Tatum and the Joker and also Giannis. But like I said, Giannis and them, the season, they're having an up and down season. I don't know what to make of the Bucks and stuff like that. So to me, like I said, Brunson is up there. He's at a torrid pace this season. You look at some games, he has some 40-point games. It's like guys can't stop him. You know what I'm saying? He's unguardable on the courts at some games and things like that. And, you know, it shows. It ain't on something like somebody's making it up or, you know, just trying to push a narrative. When you watch the games, you see it out there. They can't guard him. They can't stop him. I mean, the guy gets in there, he does what he wants. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing that, like I said, with a depleted team at times, you know what I'm saying, undermanned team. But like I said, when we get these guys back fully healthy, I expect a lot more and things like that. It's going to be some more good times for the Knicks fans, you know what I'm saying? You know, so the future looks bright, man, for the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? And as far as, like I said, with Jalen Brunson, if anybody want to disagree, you can comment in the comment section. What's your belief and, you know, things like that about Jalen Brunson, what type of season he's having, and is he an MVP candidate and stuff like that? And is he a number one type player that could lead the Knicks to a championship and things like that? You know, only time will tell. Like I said, I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? I think he can, you know what I'm saying? If we could just stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of depth. We could do some things in the playoffs and things like that. And then, you know, with more pieces that they add, depend on like free agency and stuff like that, because this off season coming up, the Knicks got a lot of free agents coming up in this off season. So it depends on who they keep and things like that, like iHeart, OG, you know, keep those guys and then add some more on there and stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting offseason to see what the Knicks do, you know. But like I said, going forward, I think they have a plan. The front office has a plan, what they want to do, who they want to bring in and things like that. So everything is playing out the way it's supposed to be playing out. Like I said, we just going to keep it going forward and see how it goes, you know. But as far as, like I said, with the whole Leon Rose and front office, yeah, give them their flowers and things like that. You know, they turned the Knicks into a formidable team, an NBA contending team, you know what I'm saying, when healthy and stuff like that. I think they could get to an Eastern Conference Finals And who knows, Bobby can win the championship. You know what I'm saying? It'll be tough. You know what I'm saying? They might be a piece short or something like that, but if they can play like the way they play with grit, determination, and get these guys back healthy, I think they can make a serious run in the playoffs, Eastern Conference Finals. Like I said, nobody in the East scares me. You know what I'm saying? At full strength, I mean, nobody in the East scares me as a Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. We couldn't always say that in the past, but now we can say that. You know what I'm saying? With a fully healthy team, we feel good about these guys. Our depth in the coming off the bench. You look at Boston. Boston's the number one team, but they don't have depth coming off the bench with Boston, so that'll be like their Achilles. You know what I'm saying? So that's not and that's why I'm not worried about. Their starters are great, but they don't have no bench really. And then you look at Milwaukee. I mean, yeah, they got a little bench, but it ain't nothing to write home about. And what's the other team? Philadelphia. I mean, we own Philly this year, so I'm not really worried about the Sixers. Miami, we beat them too, so I ain't worried about Miami. So like I said, man, come playoff time, we ain't worried about those guys, man. But as far as, like I said, the front office, give them their extension and stuff like that. Leon Rose and them, they've done a great job. They got their man, Tom Thibodeau as the coach. The Knicks are a winning team now. Like I said, going forward, we're not a laughing stock no more. We're one of the top teams in the East. So it's only going to get better from here on out, man. And I ain't worried about it. Like I said, man, great job out of front office, what they've been able to do. They methodically put this team together, got rid of some pieces, brought in some pieces. But the most important thing, like I said, the contracts that these guys have on the team is, I mean, it's great contracts, man. It's like you don't see no like mega contract, like $250 million contract on the Knicks or 190, 230, stuff like that. All the contracts are like about $120 million, $100 million, things like that. And that's what I'm saying. When you do things like that, you're going to add more pieces because you have more cap space to do things. And plus you got like first round picks. We got all our first round picks going forward. So it's a great thing, man. You got the first round picks, you got the cap space, you got things like that. You got a competitive team out there. You got a winning, you got a winning culture going on. That's always going to attract players and things like that to your team. So that's a great thing. They clean up that image from the Knicks, from the past regime. We had like Phil Jackson, people like that. And, we was losing, man. Yeah, we had Carmelo and stuff like that. We had to make some trades for some players, but for the most part, like I said, we haven't been able to sustain that, continuity and things like that. But, with this regime going forward, looks like we're trying to get that sustainability and things like that. Like I said, in the 3.5 years he's been here, they've been to the playoff 2 times, won the playoff series and things like that. And this year they're going to the playoff again. So, you can say 3 playoff appearances in 4 years going forward. So that's a great thing, man. So the only thing you could do is compliment these guys on the great job they've done. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks fans going forward. Like I said, Knicks fans are happy. I'll watch other podcasts, things like that, content creators and things like that. And, it's a great time to be a Knicks fan. So, like I said, we just enjoy the moment. We're enjoying it right now. You know what I'm saying? Because for the longest, we didn't have a lot to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? The only thing we've been doing is complaining, want this star, star chasing. And that's another thing. We haven't been star chasing, you know what I'm saying? Now it look like the stars are going to be chasing coming here to New York. They want to come to New York. So that's a great thing. You got to set it up that way. You got to make your place an attractive place to come to that players want to come and play for you and things like that. And they see like the type of players that they have, the guys that they playing, we're starting to get some dogs, you know what I'm saying? Got OG, got Jalen Brunson's, that's a big dog right there, you know what I'm saying? And that's all you can ask for. So, like I said, for the most part, like I said, yeah, the front office, yeah, you got to give them their flowers, man. I mean, I was one of the people who wasn't, so much in on these guys when they first got here, you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't do what they said they were going to do. But, like I said, they did it their way. It's worked out. And that's all you can ask for. So, yeah, man, like I said, I'll give them their flowers and, extend them and stuff like that. Keep it going. And Tom Thibodeau, keep it going. Like I said, the only thing with Tom Thibodeau I'm going to see, in the playoffs is the adjustments. So you're going to make the adjustments. I mean, with more players now with the depth pieces, yeah, I think he is going to make some adjustments, because like I said, at the end of the day, we're trying to win. We are trying to win, and we're trying to make some noise in the playoff. And I think that's what we're going to do. And like I said, as far as the Jalen Brunson MVP campaign, yeah, to me, he's a top 3, top 4 MVP candidate. Like I said, if he wins it, I won't be surprised. I won't be shocked. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he's done more for his team than the other guys have done, you know what I'm saying? Because the other guys have a more a complete team and things like that. And I don't think they have as much injuries as we've had this season to navigate through the whole season. And, you know, when you say you watch the games, like I said, he's putting his team on his back night in and night out. Yeah, you get some help with some other guys, but for the most part, it has been Jalen Brunson, because when he doesn't play, most of the time we don't win the games and stuff like that. You know, you don't go in there confident. But when he's on the court, we're confident we can play anybody, we can beat anybody. And that's the most important thing that you can ask for from a leader. You know what I'm saying? He is the leader of the Knicks. You know, as he goes, so goes the Knicks. But that was just my, you know, take on the whole Leon Rose, the front office. Do they deserve their flowers? Yeah, they should, and they deserve their flowers. And also Jalen Brunson's MVP campaign. So, yeah, man. So if you can leave a comment in the comment section, you know what I'm saying, if you agree or disagree or how you feel about my take. And also you can put your comment there, how you feel. You know, that's fine. You know, so like I said, thanks for watching this episode of the Man-Cave podcast. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we'll see you next time, man. Thanks everybody for tuning in and stuff like that. And if this is your first time to my channel, please hit that like and subscribe button and also share it. Until next time, see you next time. Thanks for checking out the Man-Cave podcast.
Who's got the rocket launcher? I say we blow it up. Now fire that thing.
It's for the city of sports, playing with a giant Nick. With my man S. Dot Dog.
That's him.
You feel the vibe?
That's me.
We going live.
That's us.
That like button shared, you been subscribed.
Stadium.
That MetLife, Big Blue, home of the Braves.
Yeah.
That turnpike, you can see that's where the game's played. NFL one day, then it's the NBA. Madison Square Garden, that's where the Knicks play. This that NY Logan, North don't get broken. Legalize mean this shit smoking. I'm on topic, dropping another episode. The game winner, trade, maybe a field goal. Everybody right now doing the wave. You tune in the show called The Man-Cave. I see the chat, they always doing their thing. Big views, 85-inch screen. The game's on, you rush and bleed. Stay calm, you on the road and chill. Do the watch along. The show's on, the host, you know it's S-God. It's no telling, the panel filled with guest stars. You're now rocking with the voice, you know what it is. It's your boy J Boogie. You're now rocking with my man S-God. I support him to the fullest, you heard? My man Mike Blaze. This is Alter Productions. What that mean, we about to alter everything that's playing. Tune in. My man S.God. Support the show. Subscribe, share it. Most importantly, hit that like button.